back to Lost Creek. I am pretty excited. I decided this year to try soil blocking when I start my seeds. So I just got this. What I decided to do is just to get a cheap one off Amazon first to see how it goes, see if I like it before I invest in something a little bit nicer. So I'm gonna open this up and see how it goes. I'm hoping this is the right way to do it, but I've got, what I would normally do is have my little bit of soil that's moistened. I got my tray, and I normally have cups, but, so we'll see. I don't know if this is moist enough or not. We'll see if it is. I've got a little bit of water here if it's not. But I'm hoping. Okay, so this is not assembled, so I'm gonna have to assemble it and come back. So luckily that was a fairly easy assembly. And this is just some random soil blocker off Amazon. And I wanna say I paid like $15 for it. But it's actually kind of nice. It came with three different options for like the little plug it's gonna leave. I'm just doing celery today, so I chose just these. They're ones that are about just little bitty guys. But it also came with ones that were a little bit taller. This is probably 1/2 inch, and then it also came with a square nub if you want, or you can have the little bit deeper one. The ones that I chose are just these little bitty guys. These are like 1/4 inch, I would say. Just like a little bitty nub. But it appears to have come with, there's only four cells, but you get 5 of each nub. So that's kind of nice. So, all right, so I digress. Okay. So I think I would assume I put the soil in the bottom, and then I probably should have watched YouTube on this before I did it, but let's just give it a go. See what happens. And the soil seems firm enough, but we'll see. I did just a little bit of water, just enough for it to like, it still crumbles, but it'll stick together if you squeeze it. So let's see. Okay, got my tray. Now I'm actually gonna stand up for this. Okay, how do you discharge them? Like, maybe like that. Okay, so I'd say my soil needs to be a little bit firmer, or maybe a little wet, maybe a little wetter. But here, I'll bring you in close. Okay, so you can see, I mean, they're definitely, I think they look pretty good. I like the depth of the hole there. This guy is a little tore up, but I mean, they seem to be, I mean, they're definitely individual cells. I think I'm going to moisten my soil a little bit more and see if that helps the next batch kind of stay together a little bit better. Funny, so this soil that I got here has quite a bit of larger chunks in it, but so that might be part of my issue too, but that's all right. Okay, so this is a little bit more moist. Let's see how Let's see how this goes. Let's load her up. Now that is too wet because this one and this one and this one completely fell apart. So I'm going to add a little bit more dry and plug along here and see if I can get the hang of this. So I got the tray all filled up, and what I have learned so far is that it works a little bit better if the soil is a little bit more moist rather than drier. It seems like they held together. I have a few that are just destroyed here, but for my first time out, I feel like it went pretty well. So we will get the celery put in here. Okay. So today I'm going to be planting celery, and because this says 8 to 12 weeks before last frost for this celery. So, and it's the 1st of March today, and I'm in Western Wisconsin, so can't remember off the top of my head our last frost date, but it's probably about 12 weeks from now. So we're gonna get this done first. What I like to do is take all of my seeds and then work my way from, so like these need to go in, be planted first, and, you know, work my way to the stuff that's only supposed to be planted indoors, you know, like 4 weeks ahead of time or something. So nonetheless, okay, this is gonna be a tray of celery. This is Utah tall celery from M.I. Gardner. It says that it gets bundles nearly a foot in diameter, and I have never grown celery before in my life, so this should be interesting. We'll see how this goes. My intent is to sell some of these plants and, you know, keep maybe half for myself and sell the rest, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, as suspected, these are just little bitty guys. So I'm thinking what I normally do is I plant 2 to 3 seeds per, like when I plant in cups, I'll do like 2 or 3 seeds. So then you can, you know, just take the strongest one. So I think I'm going to do the same concept with these. We'll maybe put like a little bitty pinch in each, pod, and then just lightly cover them up. And then we'll see how that goes. So yeah, so it's a little bitty pinch, so like 2 to 3 little seeds. I'm almost thinking that these little holes are too deep, even though this was the smaller attachment, but I think a little deep. I think I wonder if you're probably just supposed to press these seeds into the soil. But so I think what I'm going to do is just lightly cover them with a little bit of soil rather than like fill that divot. Because you're only supposed to plant a seed as deep as it is wide, or you know what I mean? Like if you have a little bitty seed, you know, if you plant a little bitty seed really deep, it's not going to make it to the surface. But if you're planting pumpkins, obviously that's quite a bit bigger seed, that's going to go a little bit deeper, but these are just little bitty specks. So I'm thinking I was probably supposed to just press these into the soil. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lightly cover these with some soil here. So I'm thinking, okay, so I'm gonna, I don't have domes for all of my trays. I just have way too many trays. So what I do in the beginning is I just put some saran wrap over the top to hold the moisture in. So I'm gonna go grab some of that, get this covered up, and then I have to get a label for it that it was celery, and we'll get it put away. I forgot to mention what I like to do with these packets is I put the date on the back of when I planted them so I can monitor their germination, but I'll never remember when I've planted everything. It's spread out over a few weeks. So I like to put the date on there, and then I just keep everything in this old shoebox. And because when on the actual tray itself, I just put a little sign in there of what it is. And then, but I keep these in my box, especially because like this one still has more seeds in it. So I just keep everything in my little shoebox here, and I can keep track of what goes on, because you'd be surprised how quickly you forget. Thanks for hanging out with me in my new soil blocking adventure. I think it's gonna be a good thing. It's a little bit of investment up front, investment of time, but I think in the end, kind of like everything, if you do it well up front, it'll be easier as you go along. So, but yes, I hope this was helpful, and thanks so much, and we'll see you next time.